Okay, so we do have some leftover cards for the second part of your reading. The overall energy of this reading, the King of Wands. Now, all cards are male or female. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This is your reading, Leo. This is your energy. You are holding onto a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings with one hand, and the other hand is on your hip. So you're ready to move forward. It's like, just give me the word and I'm going. I'm on my way. So, up here, your highest energy, the Two of Swords. So you've got a blindfold on. You're protecting your heart. You're going to be moving forward from this energy. You must have been through something because you got your arms across your heart. You got your swords up in the air. You're in self-protection mode. You have your blindfold on. It's like, don't even come near me because my heart is closed. It is closed until I say so, but I feel like you are coming out of this Two of Swords energy. That's right next to the Hierophant. The Hierophant. This is the card for Taurus. Taurus could be strong in your chart and might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But this is about traditional values, traditional morals. It's about security, stability. It's about commitment. This is a card in the tarot deck for marriage. Very spiritual. And so you were like, no way am I moving forward. It was with somebody, of course. But now you're ready to move forward. Now you're ready to let these swords down, open your heart, take off the blindfold, and look forward. So let's keep reading. I need to find out more about your reading, Leos. Yeah, see, you had your swords up. You had your heart guarded, your blindfold on. And now, on the other side of the Hierophant, I have the Four of Cups. So you are blocking love from coming in. It's because you were guarding your heart. So there was an offer, at least one offer here, of somebody trying to come in, but you were not looking at that offer at all. You're totally ignoring it. Like it didn't even exist. But I think things are changing because I can see these cards here. I have the Eight of Pentacles under the Two of Swords and next to the King of Wands. So I feel like you want to focus. So in blocking your heart, you were just like wanting to build your own pentacles. You're like, I'll just do it myself. I'll build my own pentacles. I'll look after my own security and stability, look at my own future. But, and you're doing it. You're actually doing it, which is awesome. But now you're starting to think about someone to share, I think, these pentacles with. You know, sometimes it's just not fun to have all these pentacles if you can't share them with somebody, and I think you're starting to realize that. So this Hierophant still hovers over the head of this King of Wands. And so I think you are starting to think about someone you can really spend maybe the rest of your life with. I have the Six of Wands behind the King of Wands and under the Four of Cups. So we're going back to that Four of Cups that you were not accepting. I think you're getting ready to reach out for that cup and maybe try it. Maybe try something new. The Six of Wands is about success in love. So it also can be a card for engagement, that wreath right there. And these wands coming up in the background, these are people who are celebrating your love or your engagement. They see you as a couple. I have a feeling that this cup that is being offered to you, maybe it came in late in the relationship or something, and you were like, oh no, I've already moved on. I'm already working on my own self. I'm working on building my own life and my own future. And you were like, no, I don't think so. But I think you're changing your mind because I have the King of Cups under the Eight of Pentacles. And the King of Cups is water, so that'd be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. That could be strong in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading. But this is having that energy. This is your energy of having a huge cup of love but holding it very close to yourself, very close. So, when you're ready, you will hand it out. But see, you don't have a blindfold on anymore again. No more blindfold right there. So you have the love, you're thinking about moving forward, you have turned down an offer that may have had to do with marriage or commitment. Or you turned it down because you didn't think it had any chance for marriage or commitment, one of the two. I have the Page of Swords next to the King of Cups and under the King of Wands. You are in self-protection mode. You took the blindfold off, and now you only got one sword, but you're moving forward, like with the King of Wands. You're moving forward with your sword up. So you're seeking the truth, and you're seeking the clarity, and you might even be spying on someone, like checking out their social media or something like that, asking their friends about them, whatever. And it might be this cup that you kind of turned down. So, but you are moving forward. But you're going forward carefully, and you're seeking the truth and the clarity before you hand out that cup of love. Right between the Six of Wands and the Page of Swords, I have the Ten of Swords. This is the end. This is like the end of something that you've been going through. You've got all your truth and you've got all your clarity here. And it kind of puts an end to whatever you were protecting yourself from. I got to read on. I got cards already to start with here. So, I have the Eight of Swords in your highest energy. This is feeling down. Look, you still had your blindfold on there. And not moving forward, not even wanting to deal with truth and clarity. Truth and clarity, all these swords are all around you here. And that's one of the reasons you didn't, take this cup, is you really didn't know all the truth and clarity. You could have walked, you can talk, but it's almost an illusion, this card, of feeling trapped in not knowing all the answers. Well, you get the answers. I got the Five of Swords next to the Eight of Swords. So this is you. You're starting to pick up those swords of truth and clarity. And you're looking back at somebody here. There is somebody else. There's out in the distance. So that could be an energy or a person, a child. It could be anything, anyone. But your mind is still on someone, and I think it's whoever you did not accept that cup from, for whatever reasons. But now you're getting your truth, and you're getting your clarity, and you're still collecting swords. This Five of Swords, which actually frees you from the Eight of Swords, is the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that might be strong in your chart, someone else's chart, or around this reading. But more importantly, this is your energy. So you're very mature-minded, and you are looking at the pentacles. You decide, you're going to build your own pentacles. They won't, if they won't come forward with a commitment, you'll build your own pentacles and work on yourself and your own future. Well, you're still doing that. And whoever you let come into your life, they need to have a pentacle. They need to be willing to work alongside of you as a partner in your life. So you're really focused on your future. Very mature-minded. I have the Nine of Wands next to the Six of Wands and under the Eight of Swords. This tells me that you just reached your wit's end on this situation. There was a situation, I think, here, where there was someone in your life who was not committing, not offering what you needed in order to move forward with them. Because, you're moving forward. You're like, hey, nobody's going to hold you back. I can definitely see that here. And so you were like at your wit's end. You were like feeling drugged through the mud. And I think it was this same relationship with the Four of Cups that maybe you didn't let them come back in, or you didn't let them apologize, or you didn't accept their apology, or you just had it. You just had it, it feels like. But looking back here now, you got your mind on them, even though you didn't reach for that cup. You got your mind on them because you know what? I think you still have a lot of feelings for them with this King of Cups. I think you took that cup of love and you just pulled it close to your body and you told yourself that's where it's going to stay and I'm going to work on me. So I have the 6 of Swords right next to the 9 of Wands and right under the 5 of Swords. Well, 5 of Swords, now we got the 6 of Swords. The more swords you pick up, the further you are getting away from rocky waters towards smoother, calmer waters. And it takes work. This is kind of slow moving, but it's happening. And you're doing it. You're moving away. You know, we have the 7 of Swords next to the 5, 6, 7 of Swords. This is under the King of Pentacles. This is one of the reasons that you did not accept that cup. You found out something. Something was going on, something that you weren't going to have that you felt was deceitful. It was lying, stealing, cheating, manipulating. It could be rumors. It could have been a rumor. Oh, good Lord. If you didn't go to them and it was a rumor, then you should go to them and ask, because some people start rumors just to make themselves happy. So, there was something deceitful going on. But you're getting past it because you're gathering up these swords of truth and clarity. They might have tried to run off with a bunch of them, but you're picking up a bunch of them. So I have the Sun here. And the Sun, is right under the 9 of Wands. And right next to the 10 of Swords. So you're putting an end to that 9 of Wands feeling of, being at your wit's end. And there's a fresh start and a new beginning coming in. And there's lots of love and there's lots of joy. And there might be a child involved in this reading. So there is a fresh start. There is a new beginning. You're ready to do it. I mean, this King of Wands surrounds the entire reading. The Hangman is here, and it just, the Hangman is the card of enlightenment. And this is from the universe, and it tells me that you have been seeking some sort of enlightenment on your path, probably going forward, how you're going to get through all this and do everything you want to do. Well, I look around this card because this card is trying to enlighten you about a couple things. And so one thing is that you are moving forward. You might not feel like you are, but you are. You are getting ready to move forward. You're feeling like you want to move forward rather than an ostrich with its head in the sand and not wanting to, even show your face. Or sometimes this card, people can stay in the house and not even go out. Or they just block everyone that comes towards them for a date or not even wanting to go out and have fun with your friends. It's like it's just, going inside yourself type energy. So on the other side of the Hangman is your fresh start, new beginning, the Sun. And on the other side of your Hangman is the 2 of Cups. The meeting of the minds, the meeting of the hearts. This is a soulmate card. I think this is the cup that you turned down. I think you actually do come together. I think you do figure out what was really going on that caused you to pull away from someone. But I think you're coming back and you're going to have a discussion. You're like best friends, you're soulmates, and lovers. There's a lot of love between the two of you. This was a spiritual lesson. I have the Judgment card here. And I also, let me read the Judgment card. The Judgment card, this was a spiritual lesson. There was something you had to learn out of all this, which you did, because, see, you're awakening. And your guardian angels and spirit guides were blowing that horn down on you, like, you got to get this, you got to see this. And you did. And I think the spiritual lesson here is, don't believe everything you hear that people are saying or whatnot, because if you do, you can ruin something really, really great. You can let something go that you shouldn't be letting go. You really need to talk to that person. And so next to the 7 of Swords and right above the Judgment card is the 9 of Cups. So this can be wishes coming true, but in this instance, I think this is about all the love that you have that you just put on the shelf behind you and you just guarded it. They're like, there's no way they're getting love from me. Not now that I know this, whatever it was. But it was not true. It was a lie, I believe. But it's worked out. There's a fresh start, new beginning with this person. I think you finally do decide to move forward with them, but your sword will be up because this really shook you up, whatever happened. And, I think that they are going to want to work on this relationship. I had to read Virtue's angel cards here. And I'm going to pull one card out. It may or may not go with the reading, but whatever it is, it's something your guardian angels and spirit guides wanted to say or wanted you to know. So I'm going to shuffle them just a little bit. Very thick, big deck of cards, but they're beautiful. And they have lovely messages in here. Most of them are all uplifting. One more. Okay, we're going to cut these cards, and I'm going to pull one out right there. This is your card. Okay, Leos. It's called Review and Contemplation. Pull that down a little bit. Review and Contemplation. So you can pause and read the card, study the card if you like, and I'm going to read it to you. Review and contemplation. You've accomplished a great deal in your life and you have much to be proud of. Now it's time to decide what's next, because you are getting ready to move forward. As you contemplate the past and the present, you'll get clear on your divine life purpose. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Be the real you. Be the real you. Think outside the box.